Hello everyone. Today I'm going to share some of my experiences, mistakes, and the lessons which I've learned from the recommended candidates or the various assessor. So that I'm going to share. And still, I'm going for my SSB and I'm trying to improve myself. Hopefully, this video will help you in solving some of your doubt and getting you some clear vision of what SSB is and what they actually require. So starting from I'll start with the procedure, because see the life which you are living right now, that you are going to present there, and it depends upon them that whether the quality which you shows to them, whether they fulfill the criteria of getting recommended or not. But there are several mistakes which we do in spite of being good at that particular thing. So I'll just focus on that all thing. So the first of my SSB which was there in Bangalore, so I was like prepared for that, and I went for a screening. I got screened in. One thing all the freshers should note here, that once you are going for an SSB for the first time, so there is probability of more than 80% that you are going to get screened in. So be prepared for the next 4 days task. Now when I got screened in, so thereafter the next procedure was to do based in the rest 4 task. But I somehow got hesitated. There was a fear instilled in me. So the performance which I gave there, that was not up to the mark. I started praying from the gods that I should clear the SSB or extra the all things, where I should have focused on making friends, doing best in the task, or enjoying all the facilities which was there. So that I did not do there. So I feel like that was the main reason which for my that rejection in the SSB was there. Moving on to my second attempt, which was there in Bhopal. That was an ND attempt, and the previous one Bangalore was also ND attempt. So in Bhopal, what I did, the mistake was like I got screened out. So there the mistake was I did not listen to the instructions which assessor gave during the discussion of PPDT. There were various instructions which were given, like you do not have to stand up while narrating your story, or like you do not have to wish anyone good morning, good evening, whatever. So these all were the instructions given, and I did not follow that. And being at the first, I was the first one to narrate, so I got agitated and I did these type of silly mistakes, and I feel like that was the reason behind getting screened out there. Now the another in the next SSB, which was of the FCAT in Guwahati. So there I got screened in because I did well in the story. Whatever like the story came into my mind, seeing the picture, I narrated that, and it was like see, discussion is also very important for the screening in. But see the problem which I see there, that if you do good, like suppose your story is good, you have narrated good, so there is very less chance that you are going to get screened out, because see there can be a group where discussion becomes a fish market. So in that scenario, they just screened in the candidate who have performed well in the story and narrating the story, these all things. And see the importance of OIR is also a bit there, because see they will have a simple reasoning. Some new reasoning will also be there, new type of questions. So you do not have to be fear, like attempt all the questions. There will be like approximately 90 questions will be there. So close to 60 to 65, if you are making it right, then you should not be getting tensed about the OIR result. The rest all depends upon your screening. So there in the Guwahati, when I got screened in, I started doing well. My psychology test was a bit good. There I did very small mistakes, which I do not consider any reason for my getting rejected out. Further, the mistake which I did was my interview and the GTO. In the GTO, for the first time, I was like it happened 2 years to be there at the GTO ground. So I was like very new, and the person who comes after getting some coaching or being clear with the that type of structure, so they start giving ideas earlier than you, so you get behind that. And there was I got behind every one of my like friends who were there in my group. So there I did the mistake. Moving on to from there, in interview I became a bit more frank, as the interviewer was too like persuading type of, he convinced me a lot. And there I just gave 2 3 wrong answers, I feel, and I was not bit prepared to. In the Guwahati SSB I just went like that. So that was the reason I feel like I got rejected there. Moving on to the latest SSB which I went as a OTA entry in Jalandhar. So there the same story for the screening. I did well. I presented a very common story which was related to my life, a good narration, although the discussion was not bit good, but got screened in. Moving on to psychology test was good. Interview was also good. But this time again the GTO comes in front of me, and this time it was worst as compared to Guwahati in the GTO. So the same mistake I repeated. And see, in interview too, I used to feel earlier that if suppose I am going to join the Indian Army, so it is not necessary to have the knowledge of Indian Army more in depth, but somewhere I feel like you should have, because something which you are going to live the life, you should know, mean on the depth of it. As much as you can attain the knowledge or gain the knowledge of that particular field, you should have whatever your interest was. And thereafter I also feel like I'll be discussing the PIQ form, which I feel like very important, and there are several field where people should be, or the candidate should be prepared. So again I got rejected out. Right now I am having my SSB in Gandhinagar through APCAT, and later on I'll be having my SSB through CDS. In somewhere I feel like coming in Uttar Pradesh. So now I'll show you PIQ format. Yeah, so this is a PIQ format. As we see, the same PIQ I got in OTA and that Jalandhar. So here you have to write all the SSB board number. These all does not matter that much. Now you write your name, write your father's name. Now the place of maximum residence, place of present residence, or place of permanent residence. So it is important. You need to, like, you can, I'll be uploading this PDF on WhatsApp group. You can join it. It will be given in the description box. So you need to have the knowledge of your place where you are where you are residing right now, and where your home is. So have the depth knowledge of it, where it lies, the close areas and the close railway station, close airport, and everything, the roadway, how you can come by roadway, or what is its population ratio, education ratio, a good place to visit. Means you can have like Wikipedia, become Wikipedia of that place. Moving on to from there, like, yeah, state and district. So do not here you can see as it is written state and district. So write as a, like, suppose I am from Bihar and Bhagalpur, so I'll write state as Bihar and Bhagalpur. It will not be like ki Bhagalpur and Bihar. The format which they have given, write like that. Now here you have to write your parents alive or not, as per what is your criteria you need to write. Now coming to the particulars of your family member. So in this I filled all the details. There the one mistake which I did in OTA Jalandhar, I did not mention my grandmother in as a guardian, because she is family member. So I should have presented as my guardian. I should have discussed, which I discussed in interview. So I felt like he noted something, and actually it should be discussed. If suppose grandmother is my family, so there should be mention of her, and it gives age to us in interview. Now coming to here, the educational details. Fill all the details as it is asked, and if any outstanding achievement, and whatever detail you are filling, like metric, 10 plus 2, graduation, post graduation. Suppose in 10 plus 2 people may have science, arts, commerce, anything. So have depth knowledge of it. If you are from science, and either if you have taken biology as a science, you need to have basic knowledge of, like, how plants get water, how plant gets food, how people's digestion works. These all questions were asked in the interview, and I was not very sure of the answers which I was giving. Thereafter in graduation, if you are pursuing graduation from any of these streams like economics, political science, engineering, science, or any field it is, have knowledge of it. Have the, like, suppose I was from economics, so I was being asked the tell me 5 theories of economics. So I told, but somewhere I felt I could not convince him with the knowledge I should have actually. So be prepared with these all questions. And suppose if you are pursuing post graduation, so have that because I had a political science. So there actually I started this year, so I did not had so much knowledge. So there also I got stuck. Now coming to further confidential, in this you have to fill all your things as per your date of birth. Well, see here the question arises from height and weight, like the body mass index question he can ask you. And it is like a normal thing, to must have knowledge of it. Now the present of occupation, if you have, then it is fine. If not, then it is like a student. Now if you have done NCC training, then NCC is itself a book. You have to be like, if you have done ABC, then you must have done firing and various other things what people do, in which field, in which wing you were, army, air force or navy. So you have to mention everything, what all camp you did. So these question comes. Further, in the sports and games, you have to fill up what sports have you played and what sports do you play still, and if any outstanding achievement. Mention all these sports, and I feel like suppose you are playing some sports, then have knowledge of it, rules, players, how many points, or some international news of it. Thereafter, hobbies, whatever your hobbies is, so mention that. And try to mention that hobby in a right way. Suppose your hobby is like traveling, mine it is, so I need to mention that where I travel on my holiday, or where do I take time to visit. So these type of thing you need to mention. Thereafter, after mentioning like interest too, you can mention there. Mostly in interest, there like interest you can say you like to read magazines and all those things. Now extra co-curricular activities plays a big role in the interview. Suppose you must have been the organizer of several events, or you must have been the part of music, choir or dance, or like some competitive exams. So mention that all things, because that all are the achievements which you have achieved with doing your academics too. Now thereafter, all the now the important question is position of responsibility. Sorry. So the responsibilities are like, if you have been the monitor or CR of your college, CR in college, or like captain, house captain, or any responsibility, being the leader of something or head of something, if you have done, please mention that. And have the idea, it should not be like, if you have not been the house captain or captain of something and you have written, if you have written, then be prepared. And if you have written and you are not prepared, then you are going to get trapped there. So it would be like the main reason of getting rejected from there. Now the basics questions are there. If you have gone for SSB, you need to fill all the details. Now this is all about the PIQ. So interview is all about PIQ. As much as knowledge you put in PIQ, that much interesting will be your interview. And I feel like mention every single detail of yours in PIQ, because it will help you to frame the question as per your desire. Because suppose if you do not write so much, like suppose if you have some several achievements and if you have not mentioned, so it is going to make your interview short, and that even creates a type of, it is a stereotype of thing which certainly restricts us from performance. Now I'll be showing the format of psychological test. Recently I have been there, as I told earlier, so there the same format was there. So this is a format, it will be written like from up, that it is being done by the DRDO. There is an organization which certainly takes care of this SSB type of thing. So leave that all thing. It will be a normal A4 size paper, where in every single page you have to write two of your stories. The picture which will be shown for 30 seconds, and thereafter you have to write your story for 4 minutes. So keep writing all the story. Once you are done with 10, 11 of your story, in this last story, the story will be of your own, that will be a blank story. So in that you have to mention your like whatever you feel like you need to mention that. And see, suppose while mentioning that all story, in suppose I was writing fifth story and I could not get time. So do not worry for that, start writing the sixth story with the time. So once you have time in your hand, complete the fifth story also. Now moving on to from there, once you are done with your story, now you'll be getting VAT, word association test. Mostly there are 15 lines in every page will be there will be 4-5 page like that, and whole VAT test goes for 15 minutes. So there you have to write words like whatever the sentence or the thoughts comes in your mind with the seeing that word. So start writing. And see, sometimes we see that generally few of the words we are not able to write. So do not worry, I would say at that time you just write the word which you saw and on the board. So once you have written, although it is left, don't worry for that. Generally in OTA I got break after the VAT, but it may differ from board to board whether they give you break or not in mid of this test. So now there will be SRT, situation reaction test. In that there will be 60 situations which will be at this time you will be given a normal pamphlet where the SRTs will be noted down. So now on every page you have to write your 20 of your SRTs reactions. So now while writing, generally people have myth that how many we should do. It does not matter whether you do 20, 30 or either 62. It matters that what is the quality that you have shown there. That matters. I would not say do 10 only, because it is 30 questions, 60 SRTs and 30 minutes. So at least people should attempt 30 of it, because 1 minute for every SRT. So 30 will be like minimum all the candidates should do. And see the word which were left in WAT. Take out your time, see the word and write your response if possible. Now the important one is SGT. Although it is pre-prepared, but generally this happens. In my last of Guwahati attempt, there I got 15 minutes to write SGT and I could not write the last one, in which it is told to write what I want to be. So in the last attempt OTA I did not do that mistake. So once I've be prepared, and once you get 15 minutes, so start writing about everyone, your parents, friends, teacher, you, and what you want to be. So make column of everyone, all the 5 things, and start writing. Write 5 to 6 lines for everyone. So once you see still time is left, so again write 2 lines for everyone. So in this way what will happen, you will be able to mention all the five points which were told to write. So this way we can handle this psychological test easily, and I feel like in this way we can actually show our whatever the quality we have. So this is the basics which we can do in SSB to get recommended. I hope so. And see, all the things are in one side, and the interview is alone is another side. Be prepared with the PIQ, be prepared with your surroundings outside, like as much as depth knowledge you can have that, because interview is something where he can ask you anything, and if you can convince him with your words, you are just into that whatever service you are choosing. So I hope this time I also get recommended, and the persons who are preparing and who watches this video should learn some lessons or get some help in preparing for SSB. And for any help you can connect with me on the WhatsApp group channel. This is just for discussion. I will also learn from you all guys, and you all also can learn from me. Both of us will get recommended together. Chalo, thank you. We'll meet again. For any queries you can mail me. It is given on my channel, or you can join the WhatsApp group. Okay, thank you. See you.